So if you've been watching the press releases in the Microsoft space, you know that PSIGEN has recently partnered with Nintex in a technical partnership to use our product in conjunction. Now, PSIGEN, we make advanced capture software that does all types of neat things, but what I really wanted to focus on just to get the community's gears turning is the type of power that you can bring to a SharePoint library with the Nintex and PSIGEN solutions combined. In this example, I've got what I call a document workspace library here, and this could be let's say a law firm that's working with some documents, and I've got a non-searchable TIFF within this library, and you can see here we've got it's just a scanned image. You can't search it, you can't copy and paste out of it. And what I've done is I've used Nintex workflow along with PSIGEN's harvesting capability to create a searchable PDF workflow. So if I come on down to my workflows and I click on create searchable PDF and I kick it off, we're going to use PSIGEN's document harvesting capability to copy this image into a processing library, and it's actually going to process it and kick it back out into this library appended with -searchable on the file name. And we'll give it a sec to cook here, and it'll take a minute for it to go through and then the polling to happen and the processing to take place. But once it's done, keep refreshing here, there we go. You can see it's a relatively quick process, and now I've got the same exact file name, but it's a PDF, and I've went ahead and thrown on a suffix of -OCR. So now if I open up this invoice, we'll go ahead and open it in the web browser, and my SharePoint Virtual is a little bit slow here today. What we're going to see is that now I've got a searchable PDF document that I can open. I can come through, and now I've got fully searchable. So if I've got my PDFi filter on the SharePoint server, it'll go through, crawl it, and I've got a searchable body of text now. Okay, so that's one example. There's some other things that you can do with this technology as well. You can create forms processing templates where you can right-click and send it through a processor. There's all different types of things that you can do. Now let's go to the next step, and let's go ahead and take a peek at this one. And this is actually a medical form. It's called a HCFA. It's a standard healthcare insurance claim form, and it's got Social Security number on it. And for obvious reasons, we don't want to send out anything with a Social Security number. So let me kick off the workflow because it takes a sec to process. Let's go ahead and kick it off, and we'll go ahead and redact Social Security numbers out of that and start it. So once again, goes to a PSICapture processing library. It's going to pick it up, process it, and then it's going to obscure any pattern of a Social Security number. Now in our product, we've got a number of ways we can redact. We can do redaction based on OCR text, so we can look for patterns and actually black them out. We've got the ability to overlay a template, so for specific forms or documents where you know what the layout is, you can do that as well. And then we've also got logical redaction, or redaction that can examine the form, figure out what type of form it is, and then do an overlay for you. Okay, so a bunch of different methods, and then in the PSICapture interface, we've actually got the ability to do manual redaction, but typically that's not something you want to do on a high volume. Okay, so you can see this form was actually comprised of 3 separate HCFAs, or claim forms. And so I also put in the intelligence to go ahead and split up that multi-page TIFF into individual documents. And if I open these guys up, you'll see that now the Social Security number has a nice tight redaction over it, and it's blacked out. Obviously, for confidentiality reasons, I kept it as a TIFF rather than creating a PDF or anything like that. So now it's protected, you can distribute it, and the confidential information is obscured. Now the last one I'm going to do is in this example I've got a part of a Mark Twain book. So let's go ahead and kick this off. This is a PDF document. What I'm going to do, this will simulate a law firm process where they've got perhaps a set of documents that they're going to stamp with their firm name in the top right corner, and then in the lower right they want to put a multi-segment stamp that has the case name, underscore, and then the page number. So this is called bait stamping in the legal industry, and what I've done, I've went ahead and I've submitted this document, and let's go ahead and open it real quick just so I can show you what the document looks like to begin with. We'll go ahead and look at it, and you'll see it's just a standard scan document, and if you take a peek and I open it up, it's got 12 pages. And if you examine the pages, you know, nothing special, just standard information. And let's go ahead and back out of this, and let's see if SciCapture's caught up with us here. Do a refresh. This process takes a few minutes because the other thing I'm doing, I'm actually making it searchable as well. So it's going to become a searchable PDF, and we're going to do the multi-layer stamp on the top, stamp on the bottom. So anyway, while we're waiting, this is not the only limit that you have. SciCapture is a Swiss Army knife from a document capture and processing perspective. We can do everything from read barcodes to auto-extract data, process forms. We've got the ability to sort and reorder and merge and combine documents. There's ways to do PDF bookmarking. Pretty much your mind is the only, or your imagination I should say, is the only limit that you have here. So I hear my laptop firing up because it's doing the processing on this particular doc, but it'll take a minute here. Do another refresh. Yeah, I can tell it's still working on that 12-page document. So it's doing, like I said, doing the OCR and the stamping. But you know, along with the standard doc scanning and capture, as you can see, there's some really cool stuff you can do with workspace applications where you want to kick off some type of workflow. Really, you can do all different types of things in the middle of, at the beginning, any place within the Nintex workflow with these different types of functions. There we go. So now if I come up here, you can see I've got my stamp document, and when I did the configuration I forgot to copy over the file name, but you can do that as well. So let's go ahead and open this. Let's click edit, and I'll show you the differences. So now you can see on the top upper right corner of every page I went ahead and put a stamp with the firm name. And then if I scroll down here, let's go ahead and fit it to the page, you can see at the bottom I've got the case name, and then I've got an underscore and an incrementing page number. So now if I go from page to page, you can see that number increments. Okay, and these stamps, you can do watermarking, you can do stamping along any border. I've actually enabled image shrinkage, no laughs from the audience there, which actually will give you the ability to auto shrink the image to make sure that you stamp in white space. So when you're in the legal space, you know, the concern is you never want to overlay or stamp a legal document across text. So we actually allow you to shrink the image so that you're always stamping in white space. Okay. So that's a quick overview of the different bits and pieces that I've done, and these were very simple to set up and configure. You can get very complex with the different processes that you can perform with SciCapture, but hopefully that got the gears turning, and there's more of these videos to come as I build some more complex workflows and show you how you can tie SciCapture to Nintex to really create some great solutions. Thanks.